To govern the world, one should govern himself. That was written by Pedro Calderón, a dramatist, a king's confessor, a military man, and a priest. He was a Spanish poet who gave the world more than 200 poems. The German Romantics named him a poet of honor. Don Pedro Calderón de la Barca was born on January 17, 1600, in Madrid. He was born into the family of Diego Calderón, the secretary to the treasury. At the age of 8, Pedro was given to Jesuit college in Madrid, where he early displayed his literary talent. Calderón got theological education that corresponded to his noble birth at the University of Salamanca. Calderón wrote his first comedy, The Heavenly Chariot, when he was 13. At the poetry contest in honor of Saint Isidore, Calderón received his first prize for his sonnet, and he was praised by Lope de Vega himself. The historians have no information on Calderón's life after 1623. He is supposed to have spent those years in northern Italy, and then he returned to Madrid in 1625. There he devoted himself to literature and theater. The first of the truly dated comedies by Calderón was Love, Honor, and Power, referred to as far back as 1623. Most of his plays were staged at the luxury theater of Palacio Real. The famous dramatist also tried himself in military activities. In 1638, French troops invaded Spain. The patriotic Calderón quit his work on his next comedy and, together with his brother, José, hurried to the battle scene. For the next 3 years, Pedro Calderón, among the Knights of the Order of Santiago, participated in the campaign against Catalonia. Calderón, the last great figure of the Spanish Golden Age in literature, was mostly a thinker in art, striving to find his philosophical concept of being. In the 30s, he wrote the series of religious dramas. His Devotion to the Cross was the most popular drama all over Spain. His play, The Mighty Magician, was dedicated to conflict between Christian religion and paganism. Goethe adopted not only the phrases, but also the whole scenes from this play in his Faust. In his plays, Calderón elaborated the motif of exaggerated honor that drives a person to bloody evil deeds. Calderón evidently felt compassion to such crimes, depicting them in his plays The Surgeon of His Honor, Secret Vengeance for Secret Insult, Jealousy, the Greatest Monster. The central work of Calderón was the philosophical drama Life is a Dream, written in 1635. This play conveyed the idea that one should not give up the notion of eternal being for the vain and trivial earthly life. Calderón was famous as a dramatist not only in his life, but also during the whole 17th century. He had even eclipsed the great Lope de Vega's fame. Calderón's theater presented about 120 comedies and dramas, about 80 autos sacramentales that illustrated religious ceremonies, and 20 interludes to date. Though he succeeded in literary, social, and even military fields, he found the 40s gloomy and severe. He lost his brothers, and the woman he loved along with their little son had died. So Calderón, being a deeply religious person, became a priest, a court chaplain, and a father superior of the St. Peter Cathedral in Madrid. Being an expert on metaphysics, history, Roman law, moral and dogmatic theology, Calderón spent the last years of his life leading lonely and secluded life. He got engrossed in philosophical thinking, but he never stopped writing his dramas and musical comedies. He wrote The Constant Prince, The Advantages and Disadvantages of a Name, and upon an order of Madrid's governors, he also wrote the single-act plays on religious subjects. On Sunday, May 25, 1681, the great Spanish dramatist left this fleeting world. His plays were performed all over the main theaters of Spain that day. Calderón was deeply concerned with the idea of immortality, as many other artists and thinkers were. If this idea still remains as strong in the next generation's minds, as was in the mind of the dramatist and thinker Calderón, who gave the world everlasting images, may be ranked among the immortal.